Welcome to another video, and today I'm in Witton Gilbert. And it's quite a pleasant little place, really. I've sort of got to the top of the village and I'm walking to the right, away from it in a way. I don't know if I'm heading somewhere else. This kind of happens really when you go from area to area. I'm not sure what that's meant to signify, to be honest. No, we are still in Witton Gilbert. That's the Witton Gilbert Morrison, so I'm safe ground. And I've come across some information. It says Witton Gilbert was a very small rural settlement until the 1830s. And in the early 1900s, a common sight in Witton Gilbert's backyards was a large tin bath hanging on a huge nail and a big clippy mat on the clothesline airing in the sun, and alongside a pair of pit hoggers, fustian trousers and long thick woolen stockings. Well, I've never heard them words before. Now this bus timetable says it's at the Witton Gilbert White Tun PH. Now does PH stand for public house, I wonder? And White Tun, is that Witton? Is that where the name Witton comes from in the Witton Gilbert? White Tun? I don't know. And that's Witton Gilbert Club. You can hire their large function room out if you want. Well, it's a bit kind of residentially like anywhere else around here, so I'm going to head back to that older bit of the village and see what's there. So it very much feels like that bit that I've just been to is the kind of newer bit of Witton Gilbert. When I say newer bit, those houses are kind of post-war and there's some 1960s and 70s build, but it's not as old as some of the houses down here. Sounds like Witton Gilbert's prison. It's not, obviously. He's looking right fed up, that lad. Nice, get your old Guinness drinking shed in back garden. That's what it's all about. And that looks like an old Methodist chapel, but the sign on it to the side says the old co-op. So there you go. And this way to Witton Gilbert bypass. Opened in 1996. And down Coach Lane there's a kind of wooded glen. And look at this. This is pretty cool. This is a part of Witton Hall Farm. Oh, it is Witton Hall Farm. And the window here on Witton Hall Farm signifies a very different time in our history, I think. And it says there was a leper community which stood near the River Brownie and was the predecessor of the present late 12th century parish church of St Michael and All Angels. Whoa! And there's Witton Gilbert Station on the Lanchester Valley Railway, which I think was open to passengers up to about the 1930s and was eventually closed 30 years later in the 60s. And here's the church, but I can't get any closer than that because the Woodland Wonders are having an event and it says no entry. And down by the church, you could be anywhere really, away from that main road as well, which is quite incredible. You don't have to get far to get out of the way, and I imagine there's a few decent walks around here as well. See this house here, and to the left, got some old carts, like the mining times. I don't know, they look like it anyway. Now this house must have been converted from some kind of chapel or something, or it's designed to look like one. Local pub looks really decent. It's the Glendinning Arms. It's always nice to see a mural. This is by the Durham Spray Paint. Do you like these older properties here? Very nice. And over there is Witton Gilbert's Methodist Church. Now you can't come to Witton Gilbert without mentioning probably the most important thing, and that's that the band Prefab Sprout came from Witton Gilbert. And of course they named one of their albums after another local place, Langley Park. From Langley Park to Memphis. You can see my Langley Park video. I do mention it there as well. And here's my favourite Prefab Sprout album. And here it is. This is Steve McQueen by Prefab Sprout. Their very best. My goodness me, 2 pubs, the Traveller's Rest over there. So Witton Gilbert has got 2 boozers. Excellent. And as you go past the Traveller's Rest and to the end of the village. Some lovely old cottages. And that one there is the old blacksmiths. Well, I've come up to Broom House Farm, which is about 1.5 to 2 miles just above Witton Gilbert, so I'm going to have a coffee, I think. Well, I might as well do my summary up here on the hill at the farm. And Witton Gilbert, well, it's a grand place really. I quite like it. I like some of the older houses in the older village. I couldn't have got to see the church in a bit more detail. I'll have to come back. A couple of pubs there as well, that's a good sign. And it's close to Durham, and I quite like it. So could I live in Witton Gilbert? Yes I could, and I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.